right, and you're now with the Forerunner Chronicles. All right, everybody, so it's become painfully evident at this point that this country, the United States of America, we're willing to do just about anything to raise the bar of immorality so high that there'll be no other nation on the face of planet Earth that can even begin to come close to contesting our position as the undisputed champion of unbridled debauchery. Because Fox News recently released this article entitled, "Welfare for Weed. Colorado Allows EBT Withdrawals in Pot Shops." So essentially what we have taking place right now in Colorado is government-funded marijuana addiction. This is absolute insanity, but you don't have to take my word for it. Take a look at this.
People collecting food stamps in Colorado add marijuana to their shopping lists. Right now, the answer is yes, because there's nothing blocking government benefit cards from working in pot shot ATMs. Colorado State Representative Jared Wright wants to change that, but he's running into some resistance. In fact, last week, Representative, they put it to a vote by the Colorado Senate Committee, and 3-2, they rejected the GOP proposal to add marijuana to the ban list. What's the reasoning there?
You know, their reasoning is that somehow this places an undue burden on folks that are using these entitlements. So taking their EBT card and trying to find an ATM is somehow going to be more difficult for them if we take pot shops off the list.
Oh, come on. That's an excuse? That's ridiculous. So they're trying to tell us that if individuals that possess EBT cards don't have the option to withdraw funds from these newly established legal marijuana dispensaries, that they'll be left at some type of disadvantage of gaining ready access to their welfare monies? That's absolute foolishness. What about all of the supermarkets and convenience stores and various places of retail that they've been using for years to gain access to the funds on their EBT cards? What about those places of retail? Well, I'll tell you about those places of retail. The government can't reap a 25% retail sales tax on marijuana from those places of retail like they can from the pot shops. What we have going on here in Colorado is the government trying to cash in on the legal drug game. And while all this is taking place, we're all the Christians. I don't hear your voices. We're all the God-fearing men and women that should be leading the charge on the temperance movement in the United States of America, because you do know that it was Christians in times past that led the charge on the temperance movement. You do know that, don't you? It was Christians that were pushing for the prohibition of alcohol in the U.S. And Christians pled that if alcohol was legalized in the United States of America, it would lead to the destruction of the lives of men and of families and ultimately of communities. And guess what? They were right. And do you think it's by coincidence that even still till today, the communities that alcoholism tends to be an epidemic in are low-income, impoverished communities? And now in the year 2014, provision has been made for a new caliber of intoxication to begin to ravage society. And not only that, but for the poor classes, which are already working at a disadvantage, to be more crippled in their position by being intoxicated at the expense of the federal government. This is nothing more than a brainchild of Satan. Ladies and gentlemen, the Bible tells us in the book of 1 Peter chapter 5 and verse 8, "Be sober, be vigilant, for your adversary the devil as a roaring lion walketh about seeking whom he may devour." It is the devil and the devil only that desires for men and women to walk around in an inebriated state of mind, so our mental faculties are not clear to perceive the deceptions of the enemy which he has set into operation for the absolute destruction of mankind. And the Bible has another symbolic title for the devil in the book of Revelation chapter 12 and verse 9, where we are told, "And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him." Now that's very interesting, because the Bible says in Revelation 13 and verse 11, "And I saw another beast rising up out of the earth, And he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. A beast in Bible prophecy, according to Daniel chapter 7, verses 2, 17, and 23, is symbolic of a kingdom or a political power. We are told that this beast or this political power that rises up out of the earth, which is a symbol of a sparsely populated place on planet Earth, it has two horns like a lamb, and the lamb in the Bible, according to John chapter 1 and verse 29, is a symbol of Jesus Christ. So we're talking about a nation that comes into existence in a sparsely populated place on planet Earth that professes to be a Christian nation from its inception, and a nation that promotes the principles of Jesus Christ, whom is the Lamb. And some of those principles are spoken of in Galatians chapter 5 and verse 1, which tells us, stand fast therefore in the liberty wherewith Christ hath made you free, and be not entangled again in the yoke of bondage. So two of the principles associated with the Lamb are liberty and freedom. So we're talking about a nation that rises into existence professing to be Christian, promoting liberty and freedom and justo and justice for all, and you have the United States of America. But we are told that one day that the United States of America will speak as a dragon. And according to Matthew chapter 12 and verse 34, out of abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. This means that the United States of America will reject its Christian principles and take upon it the spirit of the devil, which means the United States of America will not only embody a spirit of persecution and intolerance, but the United States of America will also be in line with having men's minds inebriated so that we can fall to the deceptions of the devil. Can you imagine when the mark of the beast issue comes into place, which is spoken of in the book of Revelation chapter 13 and verse 16, which says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand and in their forehead, and that no man might buy nor sell, save he that had the mark of the beast, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Can you imagine when that situation becomes a reality, that those that are on welfare will not only not bite the hand that feeds them, but they won't bite the hand that pays for their drug addiction? This is a serious scenario, and it lets us know that we are closer to the end of things than we might even know. So as the Bible counsels us in the book of 1 Peter chapter 4 and verse 7, but the end of all things is at hand. Be ye therefore sober and watch unto prayer. Not only should we keep our minds fixed on Jesus Christ and keep our minds clear that we might discern the truth that Jesus is trying to reveal to us at such a time as this, and shun the deceptions that the devil is trying to inculcate into society with the wine of Babylon, but we should stand as champions for temperance and leading people out of the darkness and out of intoxication into the marvelous light that we see in the face of Jesus Christ. God bless you. And it's time to wake up and wake somebody else up as well. And as always, whether you like it or not, the truth is the truth.